Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Your mentor, Narco speaking. Welcome to next week's forecast session, whereby I'll be analyzing the pairs that will be trading in the following week. Okay, so if you're new to this series, how I go about it is that I go through each and every instrument here under this list, and then formulate a weekly watch list of the pairs that have the best setups to play out in the following week. Okay, so yeah, before I start with today's forecast session, I just want to address that we'll be slowly transitioning to Telegram. Whereas on Telegram, we have our trading rooms, right? We have our gold trading room and we have our currency trading room. Soon I'll be launching our XAU ZAR trading room, whereby we'll be trading that in that trading room only. Okay, so also I am also looking forward to creating an index trading room whereby we'll be trading our NAS 100 and US30. Okay, so now the goal of these trading rooms is that you formulate an edge of how to trade on your own, or with the signals that will be sent in the trading rooms, right? Excuse me. With the setups that will be sent in the trading rooms, right? So that you can become a profitable trader. In the trading rooms, we'll be mainly focusing on your low time frame setups, and also your risking, and also how which lot size you should use. Another thing is that you do not have to join all trading rooms in order for you to be profitable. Okay, you just work on which trading room that you feel like is best for you, and then just text me on Telegram, and then I can give you access to it of the trading rooms. Okay, so again, in order for you to join the trading rooms, I will be requesting you to for instance, for the gold and currency trading room, I'll be requesting you to create an account under Exness, as in the trading rooms will be only using the broker Exness, right? Because of the advantage they have of the unlimited leverage, and also the lot sizing and all that. So each time I send a signal in the trading rooms, we all on the same page. Okay, no matter the finding on or that. Okay, also in the trading rooms, I'll be also formulating a blueprint, whereas the blueprint includes that the total, the amount that you need to fund, the amount that you are risking, the lot size you should risk, your target. Okay, so we'll be formulating. We'll be mainly focusing on those four components, and also the fifth one, which is how you should take your setups. Okay, so and how much you are risking on a setup. Okay, so that's what these trading rooms are all about. Okay, so again, with the gold and currency trading room, will be mainly focusing on using Exness, and then the index trading room, I'm still going to look for a perfect broker for us to use for the index trading room, and also for the XAU ZAR trading room, that will be mainly focusing on a broker called ATFX. Okay, as it's the only broker that has that instrument, right? Okay, so now let's commence with next week's forecast session. Okay, so next week's weekly watch list, we have USD CAD, USD CHF, gold, Euro CHF, US30, NAS 100, and AUD CAD. Okay, so starting off with USD CAD, this is what we have. Okay, so this here, we on the daily chart, we have seen that price has created a break of structure, change of character, tapped us in into our demand area and pushed to the upside, and now we can see that price has violated our previous higher high here with a full body candlestick, right? So that formulates a break of structure. that formulates a break of structure. Okay, so I'm just to keep my chart neat, I just like put in my break of structure here. Okay, so right now, we'll be still looking for more buying opportunities on the lower time frame to push price to the upside until our demand areas are being violated, right? Immediately when our demand areas are being violated, that is when we can look for our selling opportunities to push price to this demand area here, okay? This here is going to act as our inducement traps and internal range liquidities. Okay, so on the lower time frames, we'll be looking for our buying opportunities until our demand area has been violated. That is when we can look for our selling opportunities, right? So yeah, moving back to our daily chart, this is what we have. So I'm just going to move to my 15-minute time frame. Okay, so on my 15-minute time frame, we have a bullish trend like this. Okay, so on this bullish trend, we can see that our higher highs are being violated and our higher lows are being respected, right? So previously here, we can see that we had this break of structure here, whereas our higher high was first violated with a weak break and then violated with a full body candlestick, right? So and then price managed to tap us into this area of entry here, this beautiful demand area on the 15-minute time frame, and price pushed to the upside and then again violated our previous higher high. Okay, so now with that being said, next week this is what we'll be looking for. So since here we can see that price, there is no imbalance, there's no inefficient price action here, we'll be using our golden zone to take our entry, right? So this is where we'll be taking our entry next week to push price to the upside, right? Our golden zone, and this is where we'll be taking our entries from to push price to the upside. Okay, so yeah, this is what I have for USD CAD on the for next week. Okay, moving on to our next pair, we have USD CHF. Okay, so USD CHF, starting off from the daily chart, we can see that last week we had this setup here of a golden zone, but then unfortunately price could not hold here at this golden zone here, right? So price invalidated our golden zone, but then I can see that price hasn't yet violated our previous lower high here, which means that this here still stands as our strong high, and obviously this here is still our weak high. So now remember that for USD CHF, our week low, I mean, for USD CHF on the daily chart, I think it's on the weekly chart. Yeah, on the weekly chart, price tapped us into this the supply area here, and price pushed to the downside. Okay, and then price has to violate this previous lower low in order for price um to complete this setup basically. Okay, so now looking at this fact that here on this daily chart we have this, or maybe let's go to our 12-hour chart. Here on our 12-hour chart, we're still ranging in between this lower high and this week low here. Okay, normally what I do is that each and every time when my area of entry gets violated, for instance, like this, normally what happens is that price likes doing this, right? uh, when your area of entry gets violated like this here, when your area of entry gets violated, meaning that this means that your bullish trend is still is stronger than your bearish trend, right? And then when it gets violated, you can immediately look for your buying opportunities, right? So look for the same type of setup, but then invertedly so. Whereas this here was a break of structure, and then your break of structure, and then your area of supply, right? So your break of structure, and then this here was your area of supply, right? And then when it gets violated, yeah. So when it gets violated, this means that your bullish trend is stronger than your bearish trend. So what you can do is that you can immediately look for your buying opportunities. So you're going to look for your break of structure again, your violation of your previous higher high, and then look for your area of entry on the lower time frame, then take your buying opportunities to the upside. Okay. So if you can see that here, same thing, more or less the same thing happened. Okay, let me not clear it. So here we can see that more or less the same thing happened, whereas our area of entry was a golden zone. Was our golden zone, right? So our area of entry was our golden zone, and then we can see that immediately when it got violated, we can see that price violated it here. So if we can go to maybe our 15-minute time frame, maybe our 30-minute time frame. Yes. So here we can see that our area of entry on the higher time frame got violated, right? So immediately when it got violated, we can see that now price were kept on respecting our area of demand. Okay, so this here is our area of demand. Price kept on respecting them to push to the upside. You can see that price tapped us into our area of demand, pushed to the upside. Price tapped on our area of demand, pushed to the upside. Also again, let me just also mark this out. You can see that here it tapped us in, pushed to the upside, but then I came to the downside, violated it. I think this was NFP here, but again price tapped us into this area of demand here and then pushed to the upside. Okay, so now if I can zoom out, we can see that the same thing happened as the diagram, as the illustration that I showed you. Whereas as soon as your area of entry gets violated here, your that means that your bearish trend, your bullish trend here is stronger than your bearish trend, right? So yeah, that's basically it. Okay, but then again for next week, USDCHF will be looking for our buying opportunities, right? Since that our area of our bullish trend is stronger than our area of our bullish trend is stronger than our bearish trend, right? So on the 5 minute chart, I will be looking excuse me, we'll be looking towards taking our entries here at this 5 minute time frame, at this 5 minute demand area. Okay, and looking to push price to the upside, right? So yeah, that's basically it for USDCHF. Moving on to our next pair, we have gold, right? So for gold, going to start on the daily chart. So for gold here, we can see that price is forever pushing to the upside. Okay, so this is not something that's unusual from gold, because we know that gold always appreciates in value, right? So the gold price is obviously going to keep on buying. So with that being said, if we can go to our 4 hour chart, here we can see that also again our higher highs are always being violated and our higher lows are always being respected. Also, again, our demand areas are always being respected, right? We just have to look for the correct demand areas, right? So here we can see that price reacted of this demand area here, pushed to the upside, reacted of this demand area here and pushed to the upside, right? And then if we can go to our 1 hour chart, let's first go to our 2 hour chart. So here on our 2 hour chart, we can see that price violated our previous higher high, formulating a break of structure. Formulating a break of structure, and then onwards, price tapped us into this area of demand here. This area of demand here on the 2 hour time frame, and reacted of it and pushed to the upside, right? So now it's a little bit tricky because price now retraced back into the demand area again. But then in this case, what I advise us to do is that we be patient, because I also managed to see that on the lower time frame, there's a little demand area here that price has tapped us in, okay? But then it's advisable that you don't take your entry based on this demand area, okay? And also you don't take your entry based on this demand area unless if you're a swing trader, okay? So what you can do is that we can look for wait for price to push to the upside and then give us a setup like this, and then that's when we can take our buying opportunities based on from gold, okay? So we wait for price to push to the upside, give us a demand area, and then we can push to the upside with it, okay? So yeah, that's what I have from gold. Moving on to the next pair, to the next instrument, we have euro chf, okay? So now for euro chf, this is what I have, starting off from the 4 hour chart. So for Euro CHF, this is what I have. Okay, so on the daily chart, we can see that price has tapped us into our supply area there and pushed to the downside. Okay, so recently we can see that it violated our previous lower low here, but then it violated our lower low with a weak break. That means that it hasn't yet confirmed violated our lower low. Okay, so now we'll be looking towards price violating our previous lower low with a confirmed break of structure, okay? Meaning that we'll be looking towards it breaking our previous lower low with a full body candlestick, okay? So now for Euro CHF, if we can go to scale down more to our lower time frames, we can see that here. Okay, let me just go to my 3 hour chart. Okay, so here on Euro CHF, it's a little bit tricky because now we can see that price has also left a supply area here up top, whereas it hasn't been mitigated, right? So now we can see also on the lower time frame we have this bearish trend here, whereas we have our lower lows always being violated, right? We have our lower lows always being violated. We have our lower highs always being respected, right? So now this lower high here hasn't been yet confirmed as a lower high because it hasn't violated this this lower low here. Okay, so now the lower low that still valid here, that is still valid, is this one here, as we have our break of structure here. Okay, so now this here are all internal range liquidities. Okay, so now for Euro CHF, we'll be looking towards looking for our buying opportunities to the upside, to our this area of demand, this area of supply here, and then pushing price to the downside, so that it can break our previous higher time frame lower low with a full body candlestick. Okay, so now how we're going to go about that is that since this here is the 3-hour chart, we can go to our 15-minute chart and look for our entries there. Okay, so here on the 15-minute chart, we can see that price has been violating our higher highs and respecting our higher lows. Okay, so here if we can go to our 30-minute chart, here on our 30-minute chart, we can see that price respected this area of demand here and pushed to the upside. So next week we'll be looking towards the same thing, whereas we can see that here price violated our previous higher high, and then we'll be looking towards taking our buying opportunities of this area of demand to push price to the upside, right? So yeah, that's basically what I have from Euro CHF. Moving on to our next pair, we have USDT. For USDT, a pretty simple analysis, whereas here on the 4-hour chart, we can see that, let me start on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, we can see that price has been pushing to the upside, right? So here on the lower time frame, which is going to be our higher time, our 4-hour time frame, right? So basically, in simple terms, we have this. In simple terms, we have this higher high, and then we have this higher low. We have this higher high. But then, since we are in a uptrend, we are always looking towards price respecting our higher lows, right? But then, unfortunately, here price violated our higher low. That means that our bullish trend could be ending and our bearish trend could be starting, right? So now, again, according to the concept that we're using, is that each and every time when price violates your higher low, a change of character is being formulated, and obviously here we have our break of structure, right? And then we'll be looking towards taking our entry there. Okay, but then this here is on the 4-hour chart. So for price to reach this 4-hour supply area is going to take a pretty long time, right? So what we can do is that we can see that we also have this internal trends here. We also have this internal trend here, which is pushing to the downside. We can also see that within this internal trend, if you can go to our 1-hour time frame, maybe we can also see that within this internal trend, our lower lows are being violated, our lower highs are being respected consistently, so, and pushing price to the downside. Okay, also again, our supply areas are always being respected and pushing price to the downside. So we can also see by here our supply areas are always being respected, right? So now what we'll be doing next week on US30 is that, excuse me, what we'll be waiting for is that we'll be waiting for price to give us a setup within this push to the downside. We can take an entry from there, or if price violates this lower low here, we'll also be taking an entry from an area of supply here and pushing price to the downside. So the only time we're going to take our buying opportunities is that if price violates our area of supply. Immediately when price violates our area of supply, that is when we can look to take our buying opportunities to push price to the upside. Okay, so yeah, that is what I have from US30. Moving on to our next pair, we have NAS 100. Okay, so for NAS 100, pretty simple analysis too. A sell to buy model, whereas here on the thing is the 3 hour time frame. Yeah, the 3 hour or 4 hour time frame. Okay, so here on the 4 hour 3 hour time frame, you can see that price violated our higher high, and this here is our higher low, right? We have this beautiful area of demand here that price needs to mitigate, and for price to mitigate and reach this demand area, there has to be a reaction of an area of supply here. So once price taps us and pushes to the downside from an area of supply here, we can push price to the downside and then take our our buying opportunities here to push price to the upside. Okay, so if you can go to our 1 hour time frame, we can see that here we have this area of supply pretty refined, but then yeah, it also can work. So we can take our selling opportunities from here and then take our buying opportunities from this higher time frame demand area. Okay, so yeah, that's what I have from NAS 100. Moving to our next pair, we have AUD CAD. From the daily chart, this is what we have. We can see that previously price respected our daily demand area, pushed to the upside, and then onwards we'll be looking towards the same. Whereas we can see that our previous higher high here got violated, meaning that a break of structure has been formed, and we'll be looking towards taking our buying opportunities from here. So in order for price to reach this daily demand area, we have to first push price to the downside, right? So here on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that let's go to the 2 hour. We can see that there is this area of supply that price can hold from and push price to the downside to our our daily demand area. Okay, so for next week we'll be just looking for an entry, a perfect entry from AUD CAD, as this one is already been mitigated, right? We'll be just looking for another supply area so that we can take our selling opportunities from. Okay, so yeah, I think that's about it for today's market forecast session, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so if you have any questions about this market forecast session, you can send me a text on Telegram, or if you have my WhatsApp number, you can also text me there. And then also again, yeah, also again, just a reminder that we are slowly transitioning to Telegram, so please make sure that you secure your spot on the trading rooms, and then yeah, so that we can start working, right? So wishing you guys a profitable week ahead, and I'll see you in the next market focus session. Cheers.